All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome to today, day 4 of Nalu Mind the Flow. So appreciate you being here. If this is your first time, welcome. You're welcome to join for any day of the Mind the Flow journey. Or if you're returning for a repeat time, welcome back. On previous days, Nalu, our protagonist for Minding the Flow, has been exploring their breath through placing their hands on their abdomen and noticing the breath rise and fall. They also noticed the sound of the breathing as it moved in and out of the body, and then they started to notice the touch of the breath where it entered and left the body on the nose and or in the mouth. And so for today, Nalu decides that they really want to zoom in and notice more about the touch of the breathing as it enters and leaves the body. Seems that the breath is inflating them and deflating them naturally by itself, and they're starting to have a hunch that it's this attention to this spot where the breathing is coming in and the breathing is going out. That's the interchange between themselves and their environment. So they want to spend a little bit more time digging more deeply into that sensation. And so for today, Nalu resolves to sit back and relax, and with eyes opened or closed, they resolve to go ahead and notice again the touch of the breathing as it enters the body and leaves the body. And that might be the touch of the breathing on the nose area, or that might be the touch of the breathing on the lips area, or a combination of both. And Nalu starts to notice that each breath is unique and slightly different from the breath before, and might be slightly different from the next breath that is to come. So as Nalu observes one breath after another, slowly and naturally moving into and out from the body, they begin to notice the difference in those breaths and become fascinated by watching and observing and noticing how those breaths are different as they touch the body on the way in and the way out. And as Nalu continues, they begin to notice that observing this touch of the breath on the body might also cause other areas of the body to relax, or perhaps um, cause a desire for a slight stretch or a movement in the body. And this is totally okay as Nalu is starting to settle into noticing the touch of the breath on the body. Starts to uncover other sensations around the body, and they make adjustments and movements as are needed, and then return gently to the touch of the breathing as it moves in and out. And sometimes during the course of the breathing and observing the touch of the breath move in and out of the body, Nalu notices a sigh happen, or a deep exhale, or a deep inhale. And these seem to happen naturally all by themselves. And so Nalu notices how each breath is slightly different from the previous breath. And sometimes the body needs to change its cadence or change its depth. And this may have some meaning or may have no meaning at all. And either way, Nalu returns back to observing that touch of the sensation as it comes into the body and as the breath goes out of the body. And as Nalu continues to notice the touch of the breath on the body as it enters and exits, they begin again to think about the flow of the waves and the flow of the wind and the changing of the tides and things that they've noticed in their environment around them. And as the breath touches in and as the breath touches out, they begin to wonder about the outside world again as well, and notice how those sensations of the touch on the body might be similar to sensations and other feelings that they're having throughout their daily life. And notice and observe and watch those sensations as they happen. And they begin to become a little bit more curious and a little bit more thoughtful about how these sensations occur and happen naturally. And then noticing and observing as Nalu comes back to the current moment and back into the space and their surroundings, coming back to a little bit more depth and a little bit more reality after observing the breath, and maybe moving the body a little bit and noticing how it feels to be them and feels to be you as we come to the end of the 4th day of Nalu Mind the Flow. Thank you for joining, and I hope to see you again next time.